Thinking of getting into Yu-Gi-Oh! Or making a comeback? Here are 3 easy to play, cheap and effective decks. Unchained. Unchained is a deck with a distraction fetish. The main strategy revolves around destroying their own cards with the ultimate goal of breaking boards or gaining card advantage. All members of the deck has a floating trigger effect, which activates when they are destroyed by battle or by card effect. These floating effects give the archetype a strong level of resilience against battle and disruption effects. The deck uses these floating effects to special summon monsters, recover resources from the graveyard, and generate mad card advantage like I mentioned earlier. Unchained's strongest attribute is the ability to link summon using the opponent's monster. Then again, why tell you when I can show you? Unchained's capability of breaking board easily allows it to play as a blank second deck. Being a blank second deck, you can play some of the best blood cards in the game. Now, Dark Ruler No More is one of that, because you want to just neutralize the field to break it using the Unchained effect. So we are going to start this round with a Dark Ruler No More, neutralizing the opponent card's effect. Unfortunately, Punisher cannot be negated, being that our life points are equal, so it's all fine for now. Now, one of the things that are going to be happening very often in this deck, you are going to be ramming your monster into the opponent's monster in hopes that your monster is destroyed by battle, which is going to gain you big advantage. And this is one way you are going to utilize to break your opponent's board. And this is one way the boards get broken with this deck. And boards do get broken. This deck is like cartridge chop. Alright, so we are going to lose some life points here, and we are going to go into our Unchained Soul of Disaster, and this is the card that always starts the link climbing. It's just so crazy. So now you are going to use the opponent monster to link summon to go into Anguish. Anguish also has the effect to utilize the opponent monster as a stepping stone. Like, bro, get out. I'm going to use you. You can call it kidnap. Yeah, just kidnap it. 901. Yeah, some kidnapping going on. We're talking about kidnap on YouTube. What's going on? Then we are gonna go into our boss monster. This one does not have the kidnapping capabilities, but it does destroy a card every end phase, and every time a card is destroyed on the field, it just destroys a card. So I tell you guys, the fetish is real. Like, bro. So we have cleared the opponent board and have the upper hand with our big boss monster and 2 back row cards. We are looking very nice. So the opponent is playing the adventure package, which we all know is very expensive. This one card is more expensive than this entire deck. So yes, this is a big flex. It just goes to show how powerful this $40 deck is. And of course, we are going to be playing the floodgates. Every monster in our deck and extra deck is a fiend type. So yeah, why not? Why not? Right, so the opponent ends here. We are just popping cards, man. We are popping cards. Let's go, bro. But man, the advantage this deck gathers is just so nice. Watch this, like, ooh, what's going on? But that's all fine. We have a hard black hole. That whole black hole still works. It's black, I'm telling you. Right, and this is one of the cards you are going to be playing definitely at free in the deck, because that whole a board wipe, and it also triggers your Unchained effect. Now we have cleared the opponent field, easily go into our Kia, which is going to activate the effect to pop our back row. Like I said, once an Unchained card is popped, the effect resolve to special summon another Unchained from the deck. Unfortunately, the opponent had an Ash. Yeah, he doesn't have it. But then again, guys, we can always go for old school, ram into your monster, go into disaster. Come over here, come over here. Yeah, we're kidnapping these guys, man. What's going on? If this deck is down your alley, definitely give it a try. Alright, maybe link summoning isn't your thing. Maybe you're looking for something more old-fashioned, say like fusion summoning. Shaddolls. The deck main focus is fusion summoning powerful fusion monsters which punish or restrict the opponent's special summoning. The main Shaddoll monsters all have flip effect that focuses on searching or card advantage. The cards also have a secondary effect if they are sent to the graveyard by an effect, provide massive advantage to you or disadvantage to your opponent. Unlike Unchained, Shaddolls don't have a preference of going first or second. It's a mid-range deck that plays
both first and second, and be explosive in both turns. We are going first here. Most times you will have an explosive hand going first, combo off like crazy, and sometimes just a very basic hand which just allows you to set, which you can interrupt during your opponents during their turn, right? A plays like this, yeah, it was possible we could have went into a fusion play, being that set Winder, which is one of the strongest fusion cards in the deck, in the game. So my apologies, in the game, but it's always best to spring it out when your opponent least expect it. Like one of the times you want to activate your effect, your fusion summon to go into Winder is when your opponent is attempting a fusion summon, right here. So once your opponent activates an effective fusion summon monster, and here guys, new school Yu-Gi-Oh now, we do have quick play fusion cards. Yeah, welcome to new Yu-Gi-Oh, welcome back. Right, which allow us to go into our Winder during our opponent's turn, and now being that Shaddoll monsters were sent to the graveyard by an effect, the effects are going to trigger for us to gain even more advantage. As you can see, multiple card effect activated in the graveyard, which means we have a double chain. This is the only advanced play in this deck you will have to learn. I do have a link in the description which will bring you to an article which will break down how link block works. Right? Aside from that, very basic deck to play. Right? Your opponent does ash. Unfortunately, both of the cards were ashable, but that's all fine. This went set, and now we go to our turn, clear the field, playing it nicely and playing greedy. Drop a Super Poly, which is a very good card in this deck. I chose to activate the effect of Incarnation to set my score matter on the field, and in hopes during my opponent's turn I can activate his grave effect to interrupt the opponent. So yes guys, the deck is a control combo deck. Mid-range, very good grind game. Oh man, and only $50. This deck is so good. So the opponent now special summon, they are locked to special summon, but you know they do have the imperb, and this is the reason why I said earlier, in most circumstances you do not want to just open out with this Winder on the field. You always want to surprise your opponent with Winder while they are attempting a special summon, because in some event they may have some way to just negate or interrupt Winder, so you wanted to spring it up as a surprise, interrupt their plays. Winder is negated, but now, like I said, the opponent activates an effect to special summon. We are gonna bring another Winder, activate Super Poly. Very good. Super Poly is also good in the deck to utilize your monsters, or sometimes your monster and the opponent monster to fusion summon a monster. So we are gonna use our monsters, a Dark and a Shaddoll monster. The opponent does not have any Dark monster. If they did have a Dark monster, we would be tributing one of the Dark monster and our monster to go into another Winder. And once Winder gets to the field, this special summon, your opponent cannot special summon, and then we are getting our graveyard effect from our monsters because they were sent to the graveyard by an effect. Oh my goodness guys. Now going second in this deck, I can't say is even crazier than going first, because this deck has fusion, Shaddoll fusion. Shaddoll fusion, if your opponent has an extra deck monster on the field, which in modern day Yu-Gi-Oh is 9 out of 10 times possible, you can fusion summon utilizing monsters from your deck. Yeah, I said it guys, from your deck. And what's great about it, the fusion materials, which are Shaddoll monsters, if a Shaddoll uses monsters, they are gonna activate in your graveyard, so you are gonna plus. You are plusing like crazy. Unfortunately, the opponent does have a monster if an Omni negate effect, so we cannot reach that. But however, we have Super Poly, and yeah, Super Poly cannot be negated. You cannot activate anything when Super Poly is activated. And like I said earlier, you can utilize your opponent monster to use Super Poly. So we are gonna summon our Winder, activate Super Poly, Winder goes in the graveyard, which is an effect for you, and we are getting our Construct, which is a crazy card. It was banned for a reason, you know, right? It's banned for a reason. So we are gonna do double effects, chain block in here. Unfortunately, the opponent does have the Ash in hand, but yeah, we have the Call by the Grave there now for pointing you, bro. Nah, bro, nah. So which allows us to get both effects. We are gonna send to the graveyard, we are gonna send a Hedgehog to the graveyard. Hedgehog is gonna give us a search to a Shaddoll. Winder is gonna special summon one of a Shaddoll from our deck. So you see guys, do you see the advantage the deck gains? And now we can activate our Shaddoll fusion, send these two monsters to the graveyard, get double effect, and have Winder. Right? Now, I know I did mention you want to spring Winder and surprise on the opponent, but because I have the Shaddoll Schism, I'm like, alright, that's fine. I can have Winder on the field because Schism itself is a 2 interruption. We can get a new Winder on the field, or another Skull Matter, or any of our Shaddoll fusion based on the attributes in the graveyard. The opponent knows it and won't gain it in well. He's scooping. $50 Shaddoll deck, guys. This deck can do it all.
Phantasm Spiral. If you are a control freak, this deck is a perfect fit. A deck that punishes your opponent for playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And locks down the board. The deck main strategy relies around its field spell, specific the Phantasm City, which allows you to search your deck whenever your opponent activates a card. City being treated as Yumi is perfect for the deck. Itself and the hundreds of floodgates you can play in this deck gains protection from C-Stealth attack. This card is crazy.
Phantasm Spiral, the control freak of a deck. This deck doesn't allow your opponent to play Yu-Gi-Oh! You probably want to go first with this deck, but you don't always win the die roll, so unfortunately, you're gonna stuck going second. And this opponent board is looking really nice. Really nice. Cyflock and all, but we don't play extra deck. We barely play monsters. As well as extra deck, like, bro, what's going on? So we have a basic hand. This is like, you know, not anything to laugh at, you know, or to call home. You know, it's a basic hand. Yeah, but this basic hand is scary. Once you see the field spell, you are all good. So once a normal monster is special summon or normal summon, we get a search from this card. We are normal summon our monster, we get a nice search. What is great, all these cards are hand trapped. Once this field spell is on the field and you have a normal monster, they are hand trapped. You do not have to set them, which gives you more space to set your floodgates or protection cards. Yeah, it's crazy, right? It is crazy. Once your opponent activates a card, once this card is on the field, you just gain free real estate. Yeah, the opponent activates this. Why, bro? I'm getting a free monster and a search. Being that I've already searched, we didn't get a search, so that's all fine. Now, the opponent goes into link exceed monster. Once a monster is exceeded, banish, he gets a pop. We don't want to pop because most times they want to move our field spell or destroy our back row. Yeah, we ain't allowing that to happen. I'm gonna activate from our hand our Spiral Power, which negates and half their monster's attack. Hand trap, guys. Hand trap. Hand trap. Here we go with Breaksword trying to break backs, but nah, bro. We are negating Breaksword with our Feast of Unrivaled Tenny. Once you have a normal monster on the field, this card can activate. It negates everything. Everything for free. So from here, the opponent now goes into a Phoenix, trying to remove my back row, but that's all fine. Guys, trying to get rid of last form of defense, but yeah, bro. Taking out from the Sword Soul Engine Blackout. The card we receive, the token, as a matter of fact, we receive from the field spell is a one monster. So we can activate Blackout, which allows us to destroy our monster and two of our opponent cards. Like, guys, we are pursuing like crazy. Now, being that our opponent activated the card, and we don't have a token monster, the field spell kicks in, special summons a token, and because the token was special summon, a normal monster special summon, it gives us a search, and then we are just gonna add to one of our hand traps. Type hand trap, which is crazy, right? Goes into another Breaksword, attempts to attack, nah bro, Spiral Battle, destroy your card. Goodness, your opponent is trying everything, guys. $40. $40, right? But nah, bro. Goes into an access code talker. Nah, bro. Speak to the battler. No, what's going on? $40. Guys, this wasn't even scary hands. This was just basic hands with this deck. This deck can do so much. Definitely, guys. Give these decks a try. If you guys making any online purchases, please feel free to use my link in the description. Guys, I did say please, so help a brother out. Guys, also check out this video for best hand traps, which we got reprinted, which you guys should buy for these decks.